What's going on, everybody out there in the wrestling world? Welcome to Between the Ropes, the brand new wrestling show that basically we just come on and we talk about a certain show. In this case, it's going to be SmackDown. And I am joined by my good buddy, the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Huffman. What's going on, my friend?
Not much. How about you?
Hey, I'm chilling like a villain. It's 6:30 in the morning here in Germany, beautiful Deutschland, and we are ready to talk SmackDown. Thank you for joining me on this new show, by the way. I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have the younger generation talking wrestling. I'm an old man. I'm 31, but you're 10 years younger than I am. So it's nice to have a little bit younger opinion. Because everyone
Yeah.
assumes it's either my generation, like the older guys, 30, 40 years old, still watching wrestling, or it's just
hmm
kids, the C Nation. But you're
Yeah.
in that
I
middle.
actually, I started watching wrestling in 2008.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're
Right.
still kind of a noob.
It was right. I think it was either right before. It was right before the Royal Rumble, 2008.
Oh, that was the Cena Rumble, the surprise Cena Rumble.
Yeah, and I knew I want to say maybe I knew who five or six wrestlers were. Like I actually got into it because I was looking for some sort of combat game to play on PlayStation. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try wrestling, and I liked that, and I found it on TV one night and got hooked on it.
Oh, wow. That was a good Rumble to get acclimated to because it was nobody saw that ending coming.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I was medevaced and I was high as shit on morphine. I was laying from the army. I was laid up in my house watching the Royal Rumble. I had just met Cena 3 months before. Just met him,
yeah,
arm in a sling. I shook both hands in the time that I met him, and I could feel one was definitely weaker than the other. By the way, John Cena has the biggest friggin' hands. I mean, I met him and I met the Big Show. I swear to God, his hands were bigger than Big Show's.
real.
Just
Wow.
fucking cast iron baseball gloves of hands. It's unbelievable. And I was like, okay, this guy's hurt. And then here he comes on at the Royal Rumble, and it just very surprising. One of the very few moments that John Cena genuinely entertained me. So that was a
Yeah,
good Rumble. I
yeah. I
believe
remember. I think I ended up watching that Rumble on YouTube a couple weeks later. It was pretty.
uh,
It was really good.
it was.
The,
I believe that was the one where Shawn Michaels and Undertaker opened, and
yes.
they just beat the crap out of each other the entire match.
Yeah, because they ended it in '07,
Yeah,
which I watched that too. That was awesome.
both of those Rumbles were really good. Anytime the Rumble's in New York too, it's just kind of special when it's at the Mecca, when it's at the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
It's
the
just a
Rumble was
different
here
feel.
when Rumble was here a couple years ago when Sheamus won it.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
I didn't go.
Oh, good.
I was gonna go to Survivor Series this year, but I looked at ticket prices. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, that'll put you off. It sucks that the Rumble that you got is the one the Sheamus one.
Yeah,
What happened to that guy? Before we get into SmackDown, I mean, I know, oh God, we're already off the
right.
rails, just completely off subject already. But that's okay. Fuck it, my show. We'll do what we want. What happened to Sheamus? I
I,
mean, this guy was
I don't
supposed to
know.
be it, right?
Yeah, he got off to that hot start. What was it? Was it '09? Late
Yeah,
'09?
oh 08, oh 09, something like that.
Yeah, late '09, I think.
Yeah, he had that feud with Triple H, and I remember Triple H was doing the farewell to Shawn Michaels, and fucking Sheamus came out and hit him with a goddamn pipe,
Oh my God, yeah.
and then nothing. He turned into this Muppet. He turned into Beaker from the
That's
Muppets. What the hell is that? It looked like
uh,
he was the next big heel. It really did. It looked like
yeah.
he was handpicked by Triple H to be the next top heel in the company, and then he just went away.
Yeah, because his in-ring work, it doesn't really bore me, but
No, now
I'd
they've
love to see him as a heel.
yeah, now they've dumbed him down though. They simplified his moves. They've Cena-ized him, as I like to say. They
Right.
took away a lot of his creativity. And they're like, here, you got to stick to this, stick to these moves because that's what the kids like, and that'll work. But you're
And
100% right. It needs to go
yeah, 'cause
heel.
like on a super rare occasion, Cena could do a lot more. I've seen
Yes.
Cena do a lot more. Like a couple years ago, right after the Royal Rumble, CM Punk and John Cena on Raw. That match was incredible
One of the
because it
best
was
matches in the past 6, 7 years.
that was when Punk came out and said, "Oh, you can't beat The Rock," and or something like that. And
Yeah, they tore the
I
house down.
oh my God, that match was incredible. Like I was like standing out of my chair.
There are certain guys that seem to bring out the best in Cena. If you remember back when Cena headlined WrestleMania with not Triple H, with Shawn Michaels, same thing. Great match. That was the match that Shawn Michaels was screaming at him because John was no selling.
Oh,
But
was he really?
oh yeah, he
Like
was no selling, and you
I
could
haven't seen that one.
see. Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. He's completely no selling. Sean worked on his knee for like 5, 6 minutes, and then Cena just starts running around doing his Super Cena thing, and you can see Sean yelling at him during the match. It's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and check that out
I would.
for
It's a good one.
$9.99, which I don't have the WWE Network.
Why? It's only $9.99.
I don't know. I'm not sold on it. I don't know.
But it's only $9.99.
I don't really have time to watch it.
I
I don't.
know that's the thing.
That's the big thing. I don't have time to watch it.
That should be the bigger selling point. Make time in your day, not the $9.99 thing. Because look, if a wrestling fan really wants it, they'll pay that. It's not a price thing. It really is. It comes down to
Oh yeah, like I'd love to have it. I know I don't have time
yeah.
to sit
It's
down
what it
and
comes down
watch
to.
it.
It's like, am I really going? Do I want to pay for something that I'm not sure I'm going to use? I don't give a fuck if it was
That's
$4. If I'm not
right.
going to use it enough, what's the point?
That's the thing.
So that's their biggest obstacle, especially when so much of their content is already out on the internet for free.
Hmm.
So, all right, that's a good warm up. Let's go ahead and get into SmackDown, shall we? The 15th year anniversary of SmackDown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah, nothing really. That kind of dead silence there is
yeah. I was
basically
like,
what
that
happened.
was an opening. I don't
That's
give a
about
lot of openings because I'm a talkaholic, but hey, take them when they're there.
yeah. That's about what happened on SmackDown. I think.
Yeah, for a 15-year anniversary for something, wrestling shows don't go that long. It's like you
Hmm.
can count on one hand this one because people could see that one.
Yeah.
Count on one hand how many shows have lasted this long. It just doesn't happen,
Hmm.
and it just felt like it should have been bigger. They
Definitely.
they started off well, I thought. Stephanie coming
Yeah.
out the first ever GM.
I enjoyed her dancing.
Oh God, yeah, wasn't that nice?
That was beautiful.
That was pretty nice. And she looked like old Stephanie there too, like the
Yeah.
back in the day Stephanie, and she looks so
Hmm.
smoking. My God. But yeah, seeing John Laurinaitis, I was like, ugh. But then they brought out Teddy, and I was like, oh, because you're fired. I thought
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say that's a little awkward.
it was, and they brought back Booker, who was also, as far as I knew, was gone too, wasn't he? No,
I didn't. No, I didn't think he was gone.
no,
I
he
think he
wasn't
was
because he still
just.
does the pre-shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so they come out. Teddy Long does his thing, tag team match player, and John
Yeah.
Laurinaitis, and they come up with this 15-man tag team, which I knew exactly what they were doing: 7.5 men versus 7.5 men. I like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And
That was pretty good.
instantly, I thought it was just gonna be a horrible main event, but I was wrong.
No, I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was a lot of good spots in it. Everybody got used well.
I did like. Where were they? Where were they? They were in Philly, right?
Yeah, they were in Philly.
Yeah, the Philly crowd I thought was really good.
Uh,
I thought they were good.
there's a few crowds: Chicago,
Chicago,
Boston,
Philly.
Philly, and for some reason, Oregon. Every time they go to Oregon, just a
Yeah.
crazy hot crowd.
Yeah.
No idea why. Go figure. Everyone's high. Close enough to Washington where everyone's high, I guess. I don't know. Just really strange how hot those crowds can be. And yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. The Philadelphia crowd was just loving it.
They were drooling over Mizdow, who I love it. I love what he's doing.
they need to take the reins off this guy, man. Sandow is so damn talented in
Yes,
so
he
many
is.
ways. They
I
need to
do.
take the reins.
I am getting a good laugh out of the Mizdow stuff, though.
It's funny. You know what? It's one of those examples like him and Cody and a couple other guys who have these gimmicks that just they were. It's like they were given a boat anchor
Yeah.
and they're swimming and they're like, here, swim with this now. And both of these guys both said, okay, I'll swim with this. And not only will I swim with it, I'm gonna set a fucking swimming record because they're
Yeah.
just taking these terrible gimmicks and they're making something with them.
I love Stardust. I
Yeah.
love it. I love the music too.
I love the music. I love the way how he just full on commits to it. I mean, he just goes balls out, doesn't he?
Hmm.
It's
Oh
good.
yeah.
It's really good, and they all worked in this match, and they had such a good. Whenever you got the Usos and the Dust Brothers in a match nowadays, it just seems like it's going to be
Yeah.
a top shelf match. But everybody else was good. I didn't even mind the Gator and the fucking Bull, and usually I can't stand them.
No.
So
No,
it was a
that
really
was
good
fine.
match.
I mean, the Rhodes and Goldust have just been tearing it up for over a year now.
Yeah, they have. They have,
I mean,
especially Goldust.
Yeah, I was at the Raw last year when they won the tag team titles from the Shield.
Yep.
That match was incredible.
And we could say what we want about Cody. He's still a young guy. We're expecting this out of him. But what we're getting out of Goldust is nothing short of incredible. I mean, really, he's just tearing it down every single night. He's 46 or something. My God. And he's in the best shape I've ever seen him. And he's cutting good promos. He's having a great time.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
It's like RVD. They get older and they're still good.
Yep. They're like a fine wine. They only get better with age. It's crazy. So we got that first segment where, Teddy and John Laurinaitis one up each other. And then Adam Rose comes out for really no reason.
Don't be a lemon.
Don't be a lemon, be a
flamer.
rosebud. I actually
Be a
like Adam Rose. I like the gimmick. I know you're not a fan.
It's growing very stale for me.
It's grown stale, but I don't think it's his fault. They don't
No.
give him a lot of time.
They had him doing Sonic plugs a couple months ago.
Well, because they made him the new Santino.
Right.
And I like the rosebuds. I like the party thing. I think it was Joe or Tommy that said that for those of you who don't know, Joe and Tommy are in our family of podcasters that we work with on the Joe Cronin Show and Shot from the Point, where you can catch Jeff Huffman every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
And with me every single weekday on In the Crease with Tommy C, a little morning ice, and of course the Joe Cronin Show every Monday, and whatever else he wants to post. So those are those guys. But they both stated, one of them, maybe both of them, stated that Adam Rose would work so well if they would just keep the party gimmick, but go a little darker. Not so bubbly. It's just like party time all the time, but just have him be kind of a dick. I think
I could buy that.
Yeah.
I could buy that.
I think it would work because
I
I
could
think the
definitely
guy
buy
can
that.
work in the ring.
Yeah, like his in-ring stuff doesn't. His in-ring stuff's cool with me.
Yeah. The little they let him show it.
Yeah.
So he comes
They let him-
out and he gets in Stephanie's face and tell her, "Don't be a lemon, Stephanie." And then she, of course, does what Stephanie does. "You're gonna have a match with Kane," and it was so funny. The whole reason why I liked the segment was the look on all the Rosebud's faces when she said,
Yeah,
Kane.
that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That was good because they all looked like they just took a group shit. Like they all just stopped and shat right there, and that was good. And the match, the funny thing, the match that followed with Kane and Adam Rose was not terrible.
Yeah, all 40 seconds of it.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, I've seen squashes a lot worse than that, where the match was just there was nothing there, and Kane still, even in this old rotting carcass of what used to be Kane that we have now, is still doing some good stuff out there. He made it believable. He beat Adam Rose's ass, and then he went fucking ape shit and started taking out rosebuds.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get his hands on that bunny so bad, which made JBL so happy. I have to say, on a side note, JBL was brilliant. Brilliant on this SmackDown.
Yeah.
When he marked out for Teddy Long, and he got up and started dancing and went over and shook Teddy's hand and stuff, that was awesome. By far the best moment I've seen out of JBL in a long time.
Yeah.
That was
And some of the stuff JBL says on commentary just has me rolling.
Yeah. It seems when he's just being him, it's really good. But when he has to interact with Michael and kind of do this weird in-between heel thing that he does.
You can tell when he's being him and when he's not.
Yeah, when he has Vince screaming in his earphone, you could definitely tell.
I think one of my favorite comments he had is when I think it was Summer Rae and Layla kissed the little bull, and he goes like, "They molested the bull." I started dying.
Yeah.
Michael, they molested the bull.
Michael, they molested the bull, Michael. They castrated the bull, Michael. They took his bull semen, Michael. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I love it. I love JBL. I listened to the old JBL show he had. I don't even know if he still does it. He had a podcast, and it was awesome. He did financial shit for Fox News.
He still does that.
He still does it. Does he?
He still does it. He still does that. Yeah.
I find that so freaking crazy to me. But, it just shows these guys aren't idiots. They know what they're doing. And JBL is a relatively smart guy. Mm-hmm. And if they would just let him do his thing, he could be so much better. I blame Jerry for a lot, but I think the problem really is Michael Cole.
Really? Like, what makes you think that?
Well, the introduction of this new guy on SmackDown.
Tom Phillips?
Yeah.
I like what he's been doing.
The introduction of him has shined the light on just how bad Michael Cole is. Because Tom Phillips is pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, he's pretty. I like listening to him.
And I'm just like, okay, Phillips and JBL have great interactions. If only they would just push Michael out of the way. Let Michael and King have Raw to themselves and let JBL do his thing with Tom Phillips on SmackDown. Maybe that's a fix to the commentating problem.
That might work.
Because I think we just get too much Michael Cole.
Yeah. Yeah, go back to the two separate announced teams.
Yep. I think they should go back to a brand split permanently, period,
I like that a lot more, really.
Yeah, because they decided, hey, we have no more competition, let's compete with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked. So after the Kane-Adam Rose match, what happened?
They showed John Cena's debut match against Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the highlights throughout the show was really, really good. I enjoyed all those vignettes.
Yeah, I did too.
They had some really classic moments on there.
See, I'm literally watching the Cena thing right now. I have it on right now.
As far as debuts go, that was a pretty damn good debut too.
Yeah, I watched that whole match on YouTube also.
That was a good debut. Speaking of Kurt Angle, since he was in that match, it looks like he is really close to coming back to WWE.
Good.
Really close.
Good.
Even
Love to
at
see
45, I don't mind.
No, the dude can still work.
Yep.
From what I've seen, anyway. I can't watch TNA. Every time I would turn it on, I would just want to kill myself.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. My God.
Hated TNA.
I can't stand the fact that the TNA marks, and I'm sorry to use that term, I hate using it, but that's what they are. They're like religious kooks. They have to convince you that the product's good. No, the product's not good.
It's terrible.
But we got the 6-sided ring again, and we had AJ Styles doing this thing for all these years. No, you wasted AJ Styles. You wasted him. They brought that.
They brought that 6-sided ring back.
Yeah, it's back.
Oh God.
It's back, and what's worse is not only is it back, they're forcing great former tag teams like the Hardys and Team 3D, who are back together again. The Dudley Boys back together. they're having them rehash what they did in the late 90s, early 2000s with Edge and Christian, but with the Young Bucks instead.
I don't know who that is.
What the hell was their name in Ring of Honor? I'm going to get flamed out on YouTube for that one. Doesn't matter. They're like young Hardy Boys, and they're not very good. They're even comparing them to the young Hardy Boys is kind of a slap to the face of the Hardys, but is what it is. So they're having these three teams rehash basically everything they did 15 years ago.
Good luck
it
with
doesn't
that.
work. It doesn't work. And that's kind of the story of TNA. It doesn't work. Especially now.
Every time I would turn it on, I instantly recognize something. I'm like, WWE's already done that.
Yeah. And look, the stealing thing doesn't bug me because
No, not at all.
yeah, that's wrestling. That's wrestling. There's only so many ways you could tell a good guy and bad guy. Eventually, stories are going to get rehashed. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward a little bit into the show. AJ and Alicia had a little match.
Oh my God, I love her.
Which, AJ or Alicia?
Oh my AJ. Oh my God. Divorce CM Punk.
I know, now. Right? Yeah, go marry the Huff.
Hey, the age difference is the same.
Yeah, I know, right? She's just a couple years older than you. No big deal.
Yeah, only 7 years. No big deal.
My wife's like 8 older than me. Believe me, the
really?
older the berry, the sweeter the juice. And her juice is probably sweet. There's all these rumors going around that the CM Punk chants are really pissing off the people in the back, and it could spell the end of AJ and WWE. That would be a shame because
that would be terrible.
Because aside from Paige, they got nothing.
Charlotte, you got Charlotte coming up.
She's not up yet.
Yeah,
and I think Bayley's going to be something too, by the way. But yeah, Charlotte is amazing. When she comes up, then we got something to talk about. I don't understand why they've just let Karma on the sidelines, working indies. Why not bring her back to the fold?
Yeah, what was the whole deal with that? Like, why did she leave exactly?
Well, she left because she got pregnant.
That's right.
That was a legit thing. She got pregnant and then she lost the baby.
Right.
And she didn't tell anybody for like 4 months. If I remember correctly, I think she even announced that she had the baby. It was really bizarre. And then it kind of just got swept under the rug. And then she came back and she for a Royal Rumble.
I think that was the one that was here.
Yeah, I think you're right. And she eliminated Michael Cole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When he was doing that god-awful heel shit.
Oh, my
God. Coal miners. Oh, my God. Easily one of the worst personas ever. Him as a heel, he was drawing that type of heat that you don't want heels to draw, where it's just, oh, come on, guy. This is horrible.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. So, okay, we had the Divas match, and then Rollins came out for a quick squash against Kofi. Kofi tried to work with him a little bit. Best part of that match was the new Stooges.
Yeah, Mercury and
Jamie Noble. Yeah. Having them out there, I think, is a good thing. You got these guys, who are now, agents or bookers, whatever they want to call them now, in the back. Why not use them more? I think it's a good thing to do, especially guys who have a little bit of relationship with the camera. Like, they weren't big stars. It wasn't like Patterson and Briscoe, who, every wrestling fans knew they were great. But you knew them. You knew Jamie Noble. You knew Joey Mercury.
Yeah, you knew Joey Mercury when that ladder busted open his face.
Oh, yeah, when he had that face
I have that
period.
Match. Yeah, I have that match on DVD.
Yeah, that was ugly. I kind of miss Eminem, to be honest. I miss Morrison, and I really, really miss Milena.
Yeah. I like AJ better.
Yeah, I do too. But Milena did the splits when she got to the ring. Oh.
Yeah, that was okay. That was okay.
Yeah, was okay. That was okay. But I agree, AJ's way better. So, okay, after the god-awful Divas match, aside from the end when Paige gets involved and everything, because I do like the Paige AJ storyline, then we had the best thing on the show. The absolute best thing that happened, maybe in the past month on wrestling. The Rock Triple H promo.
That was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
Just
and a lot of people were
downright
slamming
brilliant.
it. A lot of people tried to slam it because, The Rock's still wearing the jacket from Monday. They said right before the promo that it was taped on Monday. They weren't trying to pull one over, so shut up. You know. So what'd you think of that promo? What'd you think about how they did that? I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was well done.
It was hilarious. I thought it was just gold.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Those two working together. Now, how do you feel about the whole idea of the promo where they were teasing another WrestleMania match? A lot of people are against this. What's your opinion on that? What do you think about, one more time, The Rock and Triple H at WrestleMania?
I'd like to see it. Why not?
Yeah.
It'll sell.
Yeah, it will. And what else are they doing? You know, what else are they doing right now? Nothing.
No, I wasn't sure if The Rock was going to be able to compete again after he tore something in his midsection on the match with Cena.
Yeah, he had that. It was almost like a hernia type deal, abdominal tear. But yeah, I didn't think he'd come back either. Risking a Hollywood career that seems to be really taking off. Mm-hmm. But it just shows The Rock does love he loves wrestling. It's in his blood. It always has been. So
of course, the check WWE probably gives him doesn't hurt either.
Doesn't hurt, right? Because if they're paying Brock Lesnar what they reportedly pay him per appearance, imagine what they pay The Rock.
Why aren't they using Lesnar? Why? I'm okay with not having him there every show, but ever since what was the last pay-per-view? Night of Champions.
Last one he was on was Night of Champions.
Yeah, why haven't we seen him at all? At all.
They signed a new contract with him. It's a pay-for-play contract, basically. They can use him as many dates.
Every time he shows up, they have to pay him.
They have to pay him his rate, which is fine, but they don't want to pay it. So they're like, we'll just keep you off camera, and we're going to try and build you this way where you're just not there. And now they're not even having Heyman on.
Yeah, that's not good. They're devaluing the title, I think.
Thank you, because there's a lot of people out there who's trying to argue that not having him on is adding value to the title, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just
even mention the guy. Show a promo of him or something.
Film something in Minnesota. Show him like Joe Cronin said. Have him beat the hell out of some scarecrows or something. Have him show training videos. Do something. Have him there. Have him taunt the fucking crowd. Have him taunt the locker room that he's such a dominant champion that he doesn't even have to show up to be imposing. That's something. That's an angle. What they're doing right now is nothing. They're doing nothing with this, and that's not good. Nothing is not good. Look, I can show you an example right here. See, this is a title. Right now, it might be goofy to some people, but it means something. Now, if I take it away, now we just got a fat guy. The fat guy is exposed, and the title means nothing because it's gone and you can no longer see it. But if I bring it back, fat guy's gone, and now he's a champion. Fat guy's a champion, and it means something. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. I get
what you're saying.
It's crazy.
I get what you're saying.
It's crazy. But see, the argument that I could handle for not having him on is, what would you have him do? Who are you going to have him work with right now? Until they get all this shit sorted with Cena and Ambrose and Rollins.
Just have him go out in a match and just absolutely mutilate somebody.
Well, see, 3MB isn't there anymore, so it's not like he can't just go out and... who is he going to destroy? They could have fed him Big Show, I guess, but nobody wanted to see that.
Did Big Show really get suspended for the flag thing?
I don't think he got... You know what? Now that I think about it, maybe, because I have not seen him. But from what I understood, he wasn't suspended. They were just like, because it's not like he went rogue and just ripped down the fucking flag. It's what they told him to do. I
Right.
think just to take the heat off of the whole situation, maybe they're keeping off. Oh shit! Talking about devaluing the title, dropping it's not good either. I think to just take the heat off the situation, they just decided to not have him on for a few weeks,
Hmm.
and maybe that's why the whole thing with the Rock.
Well,
worked well.
Rusev challenged him to a match on Raw.
Yeah,
So
now they're bringing him back on Raw, which hopefully they're going to end the feud right there. Have Rusev crush him and move on. And he might be moving on to the Intercontinental title.
I'd be cool with that.
I'd like to see a lengthy program between him and Ziggler. I don't want to see Rusev after beating Big Show, then on SmackDown he gets another match with Ziggler, and then at the pay-per-view they're fighting for the Intercontinental title. I don't want to see that because Rusev's obviously going to win. Let it build up a little bit. Let him have some kind of match at Hell in a Cell, but maybe not for the title yet, or give us some kind
But
of
who would
screw job ending.
who would you have that eventually takes Rusev down? Who do you have?
Kurt Angle.
Kurt.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect. Yep.
But from what I understand, it's probably going to be Cena. From the way I understand it, some of the rumors I've been reading for the build to Mania is Cena's not going to be in the title picture, and he will be working with Rusev at Mania, and he'll be the guy to take him down. Which, fuck, didn't he? He already did that to Bray Wyatt. Why do it again?
Yeah. Speaking of the Wyatts, I'm loving the promos that they're putting out for them.
You see, that is how you have somebody absent but increase their value. Because we have no idea what's going to happen when they come back. It looks like they're going to split up, but we have no idea.
Yeah, like it looks like you just said, it looks like they're going to split up, but somehow keep them.
Yeah, chaotic
I can't
and that
think.
family.
Yeah, there you go.
And I don't think we're going to see Harper and Rowan tagging together, which is not a bad thing.
No,
Because I think they're both going to have great singles careers.
and we heard Eric Rowan talk.
Finally, and he didn't sound like the Mongoloid that I thought he was in my head. I just thought when he talked, he was going to be, but he wasn't. He actually spoke words, and they were coherent, and they made sense, and it made me want to see some more of him. Harper is a future star. That guy is amazing in the ring. He's good on the mic. I like that. Yeah shit he does during matches. Ooh, it's creepy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I love it.
See, this a worst case scenario for Rowan, he could just be a big monster guy, kind of like Kane.
Yeah. Have him. You know what? That might even be a good feud for him, like a starting feud, because everything they're doing with Kane right now is pretty goddamn boring. The Adam Rose thing has been the most interesting thing he's done in fucking like a month and a half. But you just hit something brilliant. Why not have him and Rowan, who they look alike, let's face it, except for the beard, have them have a little bit of a thing going, like a monster's ball.
That'd be
type
interesting,
of thing.
yeah.
That could be very interesting. I like that idea. That's a good idea. I like that one. And you know what? No, I haven't heard anybody else think of that one. So kudos to you on that one, my friend.
Thank you.
That was good. So moving a little bit on. And by the way, everybody who's actually watching this thing right now, sorry that we keep getting off topic, but that's the chaos of this show. That is what Between the Ropes will be. We're not structured. We're not just going to talk about SmackDown. We're going to talk about the wrestling shit that we want to talk about, what we're passionate about, what gets our juices flowing, what fucking unleashes our boat from the harbor, what sends our rocket ship to the fucking moon. That's what we're talking about. So if we're not always on topic with what the main focus of the show,
it'll get back.
Exactly. We'll gravitate back into the orbit.
Not much happened on SmackDown anyway, so.
What's that?
Said not much happened on SmackDown.
I know, right? This show is better than the SmackDown show. I don't understand that shit. So after the promo, which was absolutely brilliant, man, those guys could talk so well with each other.
Oh my god, how long did it go?
6-7 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I felt I could have watched it for another 10.
Oh, definitely.
I would kick your ass. Well, The Rock says that you won't kick The Rock's ass. And you're paying for dinner, you cheap bastard. That was great.
that was hysterical. Oh
He's a
my
big movie
god.
star. He can't pay for dinner.
He's-
The Rock heard that. I'm like, yes, yes. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny, and it made me want to see them main event WrestleMania. Hopefully this year. I don't want to see it next year. I want to see it this year. So, and I think they just put that teaser out there just in case there's nothing going on with the Authority.
Yeah.
So, after that, the only other thing that happened after that was the 15-man tag, which we touched on. Oh, and then, the
Miz.
closing segment. Miz TV. Ugh. Where are you on the Miz? We're established that we like Mizdow, but where are we on the Miz?
I like Mizdow more than Miz. I thought what they started out doing with Miz when he first came back was really good, but I don't really know right now. Like, I don't know what to think of it.
I enjoyed what he was doing with Ziggler. I thought they had good matches. I thought they did a good job of bringing a little bit of prestige back to the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, they did. They did that.
But I don't
now it's like, where do
him
you go
working with
now?
Sheamus.
Where do you go now with Miz?
Well, they tried to pivot him to Sheamus, and it wasn't working. Their chemistry is nowhere near as good as him and Ziggler.
Yeah, it's not. It's not there.
It's not there. And see, the thing is that they just swapped partners because Cesaro came over to Ziggler, and of course that works because both of those guys are fucking madmen in the ring. But Sheamus, right now, and Miz is so limited too. These guys are both so limited in what they can do. They're not the guys that can work with anybody. They have to have those special performers to bring them out. They need their Cesaro. They need their Ziggler,
Yeah.
So he hosts Miz TV, which is by far one of the worst in-ring talk show segments in the history of WWE. I hate Miz TV. Fucking can't stand it. Cheap ripoff of the highlight reel. In a lot of ways, The Miz is just a ripoff of Chris Jericho anyway, so I guess it's kind of fitting. I don't know. So he brings out Cena, he brings out Ambrose, and he's trying to stir the pot. Cena's doing his fucking Super Cena good guy routine. Crowd is not really caring. Ambrose is getting good reactions. They tried to leave the ring
Ambrose is great.
What's that?
Ambrose is great.
Isn't he? He's one of the most interesting things going on on WWE television right now.
I liked his response when Miz asked him, "Do you really think you have a chance at beating Cena?" He's like, you're like expecting like some big fake answer, and he just goes, "Yep."
Yeah, anything Ambrose does is like you automatically look at like, okay, I believe it.
Just his facial expressions are great.
Yeah, everything he does is fantastic. He's really good. And then finally, the Miz shows some life at the end of this promo, where he's like, "No, don't you know how this works? You guys are supposed to fight. You guys are supposed to get angry." I kind of like that. I'm like, okay, something. We knew it was going to happen. We knew he was about to get his ass kicked. And, of course, the WWE being what they are now, they couldn't just have Miz do that and then get his ass kicked. Oh, no. Cena has to grab the mic and tell everybody.
Right.
The fans want to see us fight.
They couldn't just Ambrose and Cena couldn't just look at each other and then just start teeing off.
Nope. Cena had to announce it first because that's what Cena is. It'd be great if we let Cena tell everybody what's going to happen before it happens. That won't piss anybody off. But I liked what Cena did when he let Ambrose...
Fed Miz to Ambrose. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, where he's like, "Go ahead. Now I gotcha." And then he ate in the segment. They got to give some credibility to the fact that Cena might beat Ambrose, even though we're all pretty sure that Ambrose will beat Cena to get the Rollins at Hell in a Cell.
About the Cena Ambrose match, why does it have to be on a freaking pole. Why can't they just do a ladder match?
I don't
Why?
understand. Like, pole matches don't work. They were killed by Judy Bagwell on a pole. It was killed then, and it's never recovered. Vince Russo killed the pole matches. And they were never good to begin with, to be completely honest. They've never really
It's
worked.
stupid.
Yeah. They feel like cheap imitations of a ladder match that are nowhere near exciting. They're stupid. I agree. I don't know. I think the obvious answer, I think, is to protect Cena, because he can lose that match as long as he's not getting pinned and it doesn't make him look weak.
Right.
So I think that's the obvious answer. Maybe there's something more nefarious. And you know what? And to be fair, it goes both ways. It also protects Ambrose in case they want Cena to win.
It's a win-win either way.
Yeah, I guess that's the way they're looking at it, to where they're not cheapening either one of these guys, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it works, because
But you could kind of get that same thing with a ladder match too.
you could, but why risk one of them getting hurt? You know, they're going to have to wrestle two matches in the same night. So
I'm not saying you have to go nuts with the ladder match.
Oh, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I think anything would be better than a pole match. But thinking it as the WWE does, this doesn't surprise me that they decided to go this route. So
Yeah.
So we're both in agreement that Ambrose should win this match, though, and take on Rollins.
Yeah, I'd prefer to see that.
I agree. So the best segment of the night, we're in agreement there as well that it was the promo between The Rock and Triple H?
100%, absolutely.
What was the worst moment of SmackDown for you? Because everybody always likes to talk about the best moment, but what about the worst moment on SmackDown? What do you think it was?
The moment that made me cringe. You know, I was never at a point where I was like, get off my TV.
Yeah.
But what do you think? What do you think?
Probably, honestly, and I know that I kind of praised it during it, but probably the Rollins match. It just felt dead to me.
Yeah, there really wasn't much to that.
It felt dead. And I know maybe the obvious answer might be the Kane match, but I felt the rest of the segment was so good with the bunny and everything.
That ties into. I tied that into the opening segment too.
Yeah. So I probably, and you know what? Now I was kind of harsh on it because on my little ticker here at the bottom, I rated all the matches and I rated the show. I think I ended up rating the show a 3 out of 5. Maybe I was a little harsh on that, maybe a 3.5, because really that the Rollins thing might have been the weakest part of the show, and that wasn't even all that bad. So I don't know.
Yeah. I'll go out of 10 for you here. I'd maybe give it a 5.5.
Yeah, double me up. Because I go a rating out of 5, you have to go 10. Oh, this is going to be a partnership made in hell. Jeff Huffman, right to hell. Hey, at least I'm not calling you Dunham, right? So that's good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
At least I'm getting your name correctly. I got that going for me. So, okay. So, yeah, there it goes. There's the first ever Between the Ropes SmackDown review. You should be watching this right now on either my channel, Dead on Dave Productions, or the great Joe Cronin channel. Either of those channels. Speaking of Joe Cronin, make sure you check all of his content out at YouTube, Joe Cronin Show. Check out my stuff at Dead on Dave V on Twitter. The YouTube channel is The Dead on Dave. We got Shot from the Point with Tommy C, Jake Link, of course, the great Jeff Huffman. And what else you got? What other plugs you got? You got anything?
Yeah, I also have a YouTube channel of my own. It is youtube.com/GrandSlam87. I play all kinds of games like NHL, Madden, MLB, Battlefield, and Call of Duty. My PlayStation ID is also GrandSlam87. If you would like to play with me and hear me cry, feel free to do that.
That's right. Get on your boxes and play with Huffman.
And also, there you go. Also on my Twitter is also at GrandSlam87. And I apologize for talking so low the whole time. My brother and dad are upstairs sleeping,
Oh,
and
don't
I
worry
don't want to
about it.
wake them
I hear
up.
you perfectly, loud and clear. For those of you who don't know, it's like 12:30 at night for the great Huffman. So it's not a
Yes, it
worry at all,
is.
my friend. I appreciate you being here. I hope it was fun for you. I had a great time.
Absolutely, me too,
And I'll see you next week then.
for sure.
Awesome. You heard it here, folks. That's a legally binding contract. Jeff Huffman agrees to be on Between the Ropes every single Saturday unless he's got something going on like drunk party girls. And I will forgive you if that's the
I don't
case.
drink.
Well, no, but the girls that you would be banging do.
Oh, correct. Even still though, that's too. Even still though, that's too easy. That's no fun.
You know what? I like that. Set your targets higher. It needs to be a challenge.
That's no fun.
Yeah, it's no fun. No fun. Too easy.
That'd be like me playing a blind person in NHL. Like,
It's
what's
like
the
Kim
point?
Kardashian about 5 years ago. Just way too easy. On
But
that little quip.
she was too easy. It's too easy 5 years ago. She's not easy now.
No, well, because she's married now. I don't
Uh,
want Kanye to hunt me down.
I don't think that. I don't
I,
think that would matter. But okay.
I don't need Kanye to beat my ass on YouTube. Well, you know what? That might be good. Let Kanye go ape shit on me. And he yells at fucking crippled people, so why not? I mean, I'm crippled. Fuck it. All right, so that is the first ever Between the Ropes. Thank you for joining us. I hope you continue to come back and watch some more. Other than that, we're out, bitches. That's all we got. See you next time.
See ya.